Hello, everybody. Welcome to the big program, Things My Granddaddy Said. Man, we're excited tonight. We got a brand new thing going on here.
Very brand new.
So brand new, we almost couldn't pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
But my crack engineer and production guy, Jack Stutter. Jack, what's happening, bro?
Emphasis on the crack. It's going.
Crack smoking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to need some after how painstaking it was to set up a YouTube live stream.
You did an amazing job, though.
I've been working my badonkadonks off today.
Well, you did a great job because here we are live on YouTube.
Here we are.
It's our first YouTube live show, everybody. And, I'm Dave Stutter. This is the Things My Granddaddy Said show. As always, I have with me my sidekick and producer and engineer and talent and everything else, Jack Stuttered. And, we made the big announcement a couple of weeks ago that we were coming off Facebook, and we have. I'm due to receive my 3-week chip for being off Facebook.
Well, all right.
This Saturday will be 3 weeks, so we no longer have that platform to broadcast this show on. I've been trying to push this as much as I possibly could that we were going to be on this YouTube format. And I have to say, just looking at the setup on the screen, I like this better.
Yeah, the finished product, it's a pain in the ass to get to, but the finished product is nice.
I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
It's a lot more organized than Facebook.
It is, and it's.
I like it.
I think it's a better quality picture we got going on here. Yeah, nice.
I like it.
Well, look, if you're listening, if you've managed to find us, which looks like no one has,
I don't believe so.
But the podcast is rocking, so for the benefit of the podcast, everybody.
Absolutely.
If you have found us, or if you find us, let us know what's going on. Check in with us tonight in the comment section here on YouTube Live. This is discouraging, though.
I'm shocked you haven't gotten any text. Like, where's the stream at?
I am too.
Did we lose our fan base that quick?
I don't think so. I mean, I think they're out there. People have been asking me all week about what's going on with the show and where is it going to be, and that sort of thing.
Right.
But
I mean, it looked like we had one person there for. I was probably up. See, look at that one person.
All right, everybody, we've got
one person.
One person has checked in, everybody,
on
this. It may take a minute to catch on. People got to find us. I mean, I had a lot of people inquiring about where we were going to be, and here we are, YouTube Live. We got one person checking in. Why don't you check in, tell us who's out there.
We'd love to know.
We're just going to rock on like we got our usual vast audience of 17. So what's been going on, man?
Work.
You're working.
Just working. Yeah.
You had some big news relevant to your fall plans, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did.
Why don't you share that with us?
I have been officially, after some debacles, of course, because it wouldn't be a step in Jack Stutter's education career without some debacles. But after, going back and forth with the head of administrations and my college counselor, I have been accepted officially into Clayton State University.
All right, very good. So you're going to be starting in the fall in Clayton State in some manner. I mean, we don't know if it's going to be online or if it's actually going to be in class.
We're still figuring it out. I think it's going to start off online and then transition into physical classrooms.
Yeah, and we've shared with the audience before, but tell everybody again what your plans are relevant to what you're going to study.
I plan to major in music and minor in business management, and do a 4 years of that. And then after college, I plan to attend the Roberto Venn School of Luthery in Phoenix, Arizona.
That is exciting.
It absolutely is. I'm very excited.
Now tell everybody, just in case they don't, because I tell people that a lot about you wanting to be a Lutherer.
A
Luthier. And
not a Lutheran.
Luthier. See, I can't even pronounce it right. And most people that I run that by don't know what that is. So,
it's same here.
Tell everybody what that is.
A luthier is someone who the literal definition is someone who repairs instruments, but normally nowadays you're going to find people who repair guitars, which, if you know me, I'm quite fond of 6 strings over a plank of wood. So I plan to go into the creating and repairing industry of guitars.
Right. Well, and your this class that you're going to go to after college, that's sort of a certification course.
Yeah, it's more of it's like a trade school type thing.
Yeah.
You get your little Roberto Venn certificate of completion.
Right.
You become a Roberto Venn certified luthier.
Well, that'll be great.
Holds a lot of merit. A lot of the guys at the Fender Custom Shop went to Roberto Venn.
Well, good luck.
I'll need it.
You'll start that journey here very soon, a couple of months. All right. So, I don't know about you all, all one of you that are tuned in right now on the live stream.
This is our biggest fan right here.
Their biggest fan must be our number one fan.
Our number one fan.
They found us.
They found us.
You know, I'm there's obviously COVID news to talk about. There's lots of different things to talk about in the news.
Right.
I'm just so sick of it all. I'm just fatigued with it.
Right.
I don't know that I want to talk about any of it. You know, COVID now seems like a distant thing. I mean,
right.
You know, I know that it's not. It's still present and still with us, and we're still seeing some numbers, you know, increasing. There's no, I wouldn't say what we've had here locally in Georgia is a spike, but we've had a little bit of an uptick.
We've peaked. We've peaked. I don't want to call it a spike, but there has been June 8th, I believe, is the first day that we have had over 1,000 new cases reported.
Yeah,
that's the only day that's ever happened.
Well, with everything else that's gone on in the last couple of weeks, I mean, it just seems like it's old news. I mean, you know, the media has switched gears. You turn on local media now, or even national media, and it's Black Lives Matter protests, this cop being arrested here, this cop being arrested there.
Right.
That's all they're talking about now. It's completely knocked COVID off the map.
Yeah.
Which it's unfortunate what has had to come along to knock COVID off the map. But it's on the other hand, it's nice not hearing about COVID every minute of every day.
Right.
So you know, I'm just I made the comment a couple of weeks ago on the show. I'm over it. I've moved on from COVID.
Right.
You know, as you and I talked about many times on this show, when it was in the throes of the COVIDs, you know, back in the March, February, April.
Right.
It just didn't have that big of an impact on us. So, I mean, I don't feel like I had to give up a whole lot.
Right.
You know?
Well, both of us are technically essential workers, so we never stopped working. And we also work alongside essential workers. Now, I mean, you know, maybe our schedules got changed. You know, there just really wasn't all that much that changed. The only thing that changed for me was school. That was the only drastic change in my life, which was a drastic change.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, you know, once summer got here, well, first of all, by the time summer got here, the kind of, you know, shock of COVID was kind of waning. But
yeah. Well, I mean, that's why it just seems like it was, you know, it wasn't obviously I want to keep saying not a big deal. It was a huge deal.
It was
a huge deal.
And it still is.
It still is. But my perception of it, because my day-to-day life, everyday day-to-day life didn't really change all that much.
Right.
Just wasn't that big a deal.
Right. Now, for, you know, non-essential workers, I'm sure, you know, it was huge. For small business owners, it absolutely was huge. You know, for the few small business owners that I know and people who work in small business, it totally affected them.
Right.
So I'm fortunate that I didn't have to go through that. I feel terrible for the ones who did have to go through that. But, you know, we're starting to open back up again. And, you know, I'm sure the social distancing and, you know, the preventative measures are still going to be in place for months to come now. That's definitely not over.
Right.
But,
well, you know, for anybody that's, well, we've got 0 now. So, you know what, I was going to make the point that, you know, if someone's new to the YouTube show here, you know, the show on YouTube, that, you know, I was going to kind of go into my background a little bit since we don't have anybody tuned in. And I would imagine anybody listening to the podcast has listened to this podcast previously, and they know what my background is and my perspective on all of this police shooting and police brutality and Black Lives Matter and the protests and all of that. And I've stated my position on the show many, many times, and just don't feel like going into it tonight. I just don't really feel like it. So, you know, that takes us pretty much, you know, if we're not going to talk about COVID and we're not going to talk about protests and Black Lives Matters and police officers being arrested, there's really not a whole lot news-wise to talk about.
Yeah.
So, you know, why don't we talk about our other, well, no, not our other favorite subject, because none of that is my favorite subject. So let's talk about some of our favorite things tonight.
Let's talk about some of our favorite things.
Movies, music.
Music.
Not movie music.
It's some movie music.
Some movie music.
Some movies have some pretty good music.
Matter of fact, we featured a little bit of a movie music last time we were here, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
A little bit of the Jaws theme.
Absolutely, those 2 notes.
Yeah, to make the point. Oh, as a matter of fact, I heard today that NCG Cinema's showing Jaws in the theater.
Really?
The original. Yes.
Really?
Yes. You interested in that?
I mean, yeah,
I would love to go see that.
Yeah,
again.
I mean, depending on how many people are going to a theater, then yeah.
You've never seen it, have you?
Jaws all the way through?
Yeah.
Fun fact, I've never seen Jaws all the way through.
Yeah, and it's a much different experience on the big screen.
I'm sure it is. I'd love to see it on the big screen.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie. It was amazing when it came out, and it was on so many different levels. It was amazing. The special effects were, the shark was, by today's standards, it was kind of campy. It all done with the CGI now.
Right.
But then it was an actual mechanical, working the water shark.
You know what that shark's name was?
Bruce?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. There you go.
Steven Spielberg named the shark Bruce. A little bit of movie trivia there. The shark from Jaws was named Bruce.
Yeah, we like to do a little trivia for
every now and again.
Yeah. Speaking of trivia, we hadn't played trivia in a while.
No, I have not.
Well,
this past 11th was 3 months.
I'm kind of missing that.
I'm missing it too. I'm seriously missing it.
I'm a big fan of trivia.
I like me a good game of trivia
because I do have a trivial mind or a mind for trivia. I'm not sure which one. So
yeah.
So Jaws has been re-released. I limited, I'm sure, but just a weekend or two,
right?
Which would be great. But I'd love to start seeing some other big 7 movies re-released in theaters. I'd go back to see The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it'd be traumatic. But
I'd probably skip you out on that one.
I still say to this day, even by today's standards, and I know people poo-poo this all the time, still one of the scariest movies ever.
I honestly think you'll be hard pressed to find people who disagree with that.
But you'd be shocked because people are so spoiled with the type of special effects you have now, and now horror movies come in 3s and 4s. It's all sequels,
right?
Actually, in difference, The Exorcist had several sequels. I will say that they all sucked, as most sequels do. But the original Exorcist was an incredible movie, and it was a huge blockbuster summer thing that was indigenous to the 70s.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to see that re-released. I'd like to see the crime melodramas of the 70s, like Bullet. I'd love to see that on the big screen. The 7-Ups, I'd love to see that. French Connection. Oh yeah, man, that'd be amazing. And then you get in the 80s, and there's a lot of classic movies in the 80s you'd like to see on the big screen. E.T. You wouldn't mind seeing that again.
This past Christmas, we saw Die Hard re-released.
We did re-released in theaters.
That was an experience.
That was awesome, especially if you're not old enough to
because I'd obviously seen Die Hard before that.
Yeah,
but it was really nice. That was like my 3rd or 4th viewing of the movie.
And Justin went with us, right? Didn't Justin go with us?
I can't remember if he did or not.
I think he did, because I think we remarked we've got you, me, and him, big fans of the movie, and he saw it when he was just a child.
I remember. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, and then we've all been big fans of that forever. So it was awesome to all 3 see it. All of us see it at the same time.
I honestly can't remember if he was there or not.
I don't remember, but at any rate, that was cool.
That was really cool.
Didn't we go? Last summer we saw Yellow Submarine.
Yes, we did. 2 summers ago, actually.
Yeah, was that 2 summers ago?
That was 2 summers ago. That was summer 2018.
Yeah, 2 summers ago we saw Yellow Submarine in re-release. I love the concept of them going back and pulling old movies and re-releasing.
I wish they did it more.
I do too.
It's like, listen, why go through the trouble of, I'm calling out Disney here, but why go through the trouble of remaking a movie and doing it live action when you can just re-release the damn thing?
It's better than most of the garbage that's coming out now.
It absolutely is.
I mean, you can count on one hand in the time of a year movies that are released that are worth paying the money to go see.
Right.
So I think it's a great idea to take these classic movies from the 70s and 80s and any time, 90s too, and re-releasing these on the big screen and giving folks that weren't necessarily old enough perhaps at the time to see their theatrical release, relive that and get that experience.
Because, you can find tons of kids who are my age who are big fans of Jaws, big fans of, The Exorcist, big fans of Star Wars, movies that they were totally not around to see.
Right.
And, probably their parents were too young to see.
Right.
But I think it'd be cool for those people to see,
I do too, and I think that's a great idea. It's a great concept, and I'm ready for them to do some more of that.
Right.
What are some other ones that you think you'd like to see re-released in theaters?
Ooh, some of my favorite movies. I don't know if I'd call them, instant classics, but some movies that I would love to see re-released in theaters are just my personal favorite movies: Napoleon Dynamite, Blues Brothers.
I'd love to see the Blues Brothers re-released.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, Napoleon Dynamite would be awesome. And Animal House.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Animal House would be amazing to see that re-released. There's so many good ones. so many of those National Lampoon movies from the late 70s that would be awesome to have re-released. But the Blues Brothers would be great. I would love to see that.
And
you
saw it too.
Oh, I saw it on the screen.
Age
exactly.
16.
Oh yeah, at Westgate Cinema, everybody.
Hell
in the West End of Atlanta, with my good friend Randy the Candyman Smith.
Snuck in.
We did sneak in. We did. Back in those days, you could just sort of walk in backwards. And nobody asked any questions. It was 1980. What do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody was coked out.
Everyone was coked out and getting mad at gay people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was right next to Mr. V's Figure 8 Disco. So it was always, that was a happening spot. Now, let me tell you. Westgate Shopping Center,
that
everybody.
was the hot spot.
It really was, man.
West Atlanta.
West End, it was jumping. So the movie theater was right there, connected to in the same plaza that Mr. V's Figure 8 Disco Lounge was in.
Oh hell!
So it was always people all over the place, and a lot of hustle and bustle. It was easy to go and say you were 17 when you were 14.
Oh yeah,
easy to pull off.
Who cared?
Yeah, I saw Night of the Living Dead there too. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
The first remake of the original.
Yeah,
one.
I was about to say, dude, like
that was like 78.
Not Night of the Living Dead.
No, Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead was like 58.
Yeah, well, Dawn of the Dead was it Night of the Living Dead, the original?
That was the original.
All right, then Dawn of the Dead
was like
78 or 79. The point is it was the first remake of the original.
Right.
Told a little differently.
Yeah.
In a different setting.
It was
the same plot.
It was the first kind of, we can make money off this.
Yeah, I mean, and quite frankly, I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. I'm not a fan of that genre. I don't like the zombie, flesh eating nonsense. It makes me nervous.
Yeah,
I just don't like it.
I just don't like it because it sucks.
Well, it does suck too. I mean, I've never seen an episode of The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say it sucks because I've never seen an episode of it. So who am I to say it sucks?
Right.
But I just don't like the genre.
I don't either.
Well,
another thing is because the Walking Dead is a drama that just takes place during a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, it's like
it has very little to do with zombies.
It's like a soap opera, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
But you can say that about a lot of.
Yeah, it's The Sopranos meets Night of the Living Dead.
24 was a soap opera.
Pretty much, yeah.
And I'm going back right now on Netflix, and I'm not on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching the first 5 seasons of 24 because I didn't start watching that show until the 4th or 5th season.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going back and I'm watching episodes that I never saw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely a soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
It's complete with all kinds of twists. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would watch these soap operas, and these crazy plot twists and ridiculous things would have me go, that's so insane. Well, you watch a show like 24, and it's the same kind of thing. This person's dead, now they're not dead. They've got amnesia, now they don't have amnesia. Everything to make the plot work. When the plot is so full of gigantic holes, they plug it with different, crazy scenarios, just like a soap opera.
Yep.
So, but I will say that it holds up. I mean, 24 is still a great show. Going back 20 years later now and watching those first few episodes, 2002, 3, 4, 5.
6.
Man, what a great show!
Oh yeah,
what a great show! It holds up. Jack Bauer's a badass. I really enjoyed going back and watching it. So,
that's who I was named after.
You were Jack, everybody.
That's
Jack,
not where I was named.
No,
after,
Jack's just a good strong name.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I
named you that.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. So I named you that.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate the first name, or the middle name rather.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm super pumped about these older movies that are getting new release time. You know what it's time for?
What's it time for?
It's time for another Wes Anderson movie.
And one's on the way.
Really?
Did you not know that?
I don't know if I did or not.
It's
Do tell. What, can you remember the plot or
it takes place during World War II, I think, and it takes place in World War II France, and I think it's a musical if I remember correctly.
Oh, you know what? I think I did. See about
this
that.
started floating around like 2 years ago or something like that. But it's supposed to be released like late this year, early next year.
And I guess the COVID has got everything knocked back.
Probably.
I think I do remember seeing something like that.
There is a new Wes Anderson movie on the way, and it should be here within the next 1 to 2 years.
And his last release was Isle of Dogs,
and we saw that at the Forterra, I believe,
the L'Enfant Terra.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, man. That was a good one.
That was a good one. I like that theater.
Love Wes Anderson. I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan.
Oh yeah.
I think my favorite. Go ahead.
But as a Wes Anderson fan, you have never seen arguably his best movie,
Bottle Rocket.
Oh no! What? What the hell?
What? Which one?
2009.
Oh,
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
You know what? I haven't. I've not seen them.
And listen. I know it's billed as a kids movie, but dude,
it's animated, right?
It's just like Isle of Dogs.
It's stop action,
the stop motion. Yeah. Dude,
same cast of characters as far as the voiceover.
I mean, it's got
Bill
all your
Murray.
West. Oh yeah, Bill Murray. Who's the other one?
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. Pretty sure. Wow.
Wow.
Who?
Oh yeah. Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in it.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I think they want to kill us. Wow.
Dear homeowners, can we kill you? The murderers.
Hang on.
Dear murderers. No, you cannot. The homeowners.
That was so great. That was a great SNL
The
skit.
Midnight Coterie of Sinister Killers, directed by Wes Anderson.
Which was obviously a takeoff on
great SNL skit.
Oh yeah, takeoff on the Royal Tannenbaums, which is my favorite Wes Anderson film.
I think it pulled from a lot of Wes Anderson movies.
It had some of the elements of Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh yeah, because it had like the tent and whatnot, the record player.
Yeah, which is another great
Wes
Moonrise Kingdom. Man, love that. That film.
It switches spots with Fantastic Mr. Fox for my favorite Wes Anderson movie.
Now it's got all the Wes Anderson cronies in it.
Yeah,
you got Bill Murray, you got Ed Norton, several of
Ed
them.
Norton. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah,
he's in Fantastic Mr. Fox. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and he's also in Isle of Dogs.
Is he?
Yeah, he's one of the dog voices in Isle of Dogs. Yeah.
Who was the main one? Spots.
It was Bill Murray.
No, it wasn't Bill Murray.
I don't remember, but it was somebody that turns up in his movies all the time.
Oh yeah, I don't think it was Jeff Goldblum, but
no, Jeff Goldblum was the gossip dog. He was the one that was always repeating what he heard.
Did you guys hear the rumor?
Yeah, did you hear that? You heard about this?
No. What's up?
Where'd you hear that? Oh, around.
No, Bill Murray was the sports one who wore like the jersey. I think.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Yeah.
Chief.
No. Now, Chief was like the hero dog, the one that came back and said, y'all got to stop living like this. And
no, Chief was the leader of the pack who turns out to be Spots.
Oh, that's right.
Because the kid comes over looking for his dog named Spots, and everyone thinks Spots is dead, but Chief is really Spots.
Yeah.
So it's a soap opera.
Yeah. Back to that. Yeah, Wes Anderson's brilliant. I love his movies.
I love it.
There's a girl that works in my office, Donna Gopal. Shout out to you if you're listening.
Gopal.
Clear you're not. There's one person viewing, and I think it's us. But at any rate, she's a big Wes Anderson fan, so we have that in common. It's fun to talk about.
That's
his
cool.
Movies. I had someone earlier, not to shift gears, but had someone earlier that was talking to me about the podcast, and they suggested a topic, and they said, "Hey, y'all talk about the 5 greatest guitar solos of all time," and which is something we're not prepared to talk about.
That is absolutely that needs to be researched. That needs to be studied.
Yeah, that's
I need a week's notice for that.
Oh yeah, that's going to take a lot of contemplation and soul searching because there's so many.
Well, I can tell you right now, David Gilmour is probably going to have one on there.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about who might be on the list.
David Gilmour, absolutely. Just because he's kind of, for my money, the king of guitar solos. Because I mean, you have money, you have time, comfortably numb.
Let me throw out some names, and you tell me up or down.
Oh, I like this.
Slash.
Unpopular opinion. I'm not the biggest Slash fan. Iconic, absolutely. One of the most iconic, recognizable guitar players of all time.
But is his guitar work on Appetite for Destruction all that? It's good.
It's very good. It's very good. Slash is.
But is it innovative? Is it different? Is it?
I think Slash. And granted, I'm not the biggest Guns N' Roses historian. I really can't go into detail about Guns N' Roses all that much. But Slash has a unique style, I think, that, when you listen to a Guns N' Roses song, pretty quickly you can tell it's Guns N' Roses if you just hear Slash. You know when it's Slash playing.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't deny the man's greatness. I'm just not a big Slash fan. I'm just really not.
Yeah. Well, okay. And I'm not.
Right.
Guns N' Roses is a great act, obviously. And he was as much a part as the sound of Guns N' Roses as Axl Rose.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, a little overrated. I think
kind of
a little bit on the overrated tip.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another one. Eddie Van Halen.
obviously one of, if not the greatest guitarist of all time.
Right. And there's so many great guitar solos by
Oh
him.
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
That's one of the reasons why we can't do this off the cuff. I mean, you have to sit down and go through the catalog.
Oh yeah.
Think about those particular ones that stand out over the other ones. Mark Knopfler.
Mark Knopfler is
of Dire Straits.
Of Dire Straits and solo work too.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. I love Mark Knopfler. I love him. And, you can go through and listen to any of his solo work, or especially his stuff with Dire Straits. I mean, Mark Knopfler is he is just a virtuoso, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mark Knopfler.
Yeah.
And I would put him in at least the top 20 guitarists of all time.
Yeah. And there's so many guitarists that are coming to mind right now.
Right.
But I can't think of amazing guitar solos that they're known for. Well, like Roy Clark, for example, an amazing guitar player, one of the greatest.
But
I can't think of a Roy Clark guitar solo that's iconic.
12th Street Rag.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but not many people know that.
Yeah, I mean, just one of those standards.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roy Clark, amazing guitarist.
Yeah, but I can't think. There's no iconic. As soon as you hear it, that's Roy Clark. Whatever. So I'm thinking of a lot of guitar players like that, guitarists like that I can't link up with.
Well, that's why you're
an
really
iconic solo.
That's really why you're going to have to go like 1965 onward.
Yeah,
because the guitar solo really didn't come into play until. I mean, it definitely was a thing.
Yeah,
but I don't think you started. Here's a statement.
Yeah,
I don't think people started paying attention to band members until the Beatles.
Oh, I
people did not start paying attention to band members until the Beatles.
I agree.
Because when name an act that was big before the Beatles. Okay, I don't know, Bill Haley in his comments.
Yeah.
In his comments, yeah.
Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
Yeah,
name
that's
one of the Crickets.
One. That's Sonny
I know
Curtis.
You can, but your average, casual observer can't name a cricket, can't name one of the comets.
Right. But what I'm saying is no one really paid attention to the musicianship. And that's not really true, but there wasn't as much attention put on the musicianship, and no one was like, hey, did you hear the, guitar solo from Rock Around the Clock?
Right.
Everything okay?
Yeah, I'm just looking at something.
Yeah, I mean, no one really paid attention to that kind of stuff. And, I really don't have any room to talk because I obviously wasn't there.
Right.
But I don't think it was until the Beatles that people started realizing George Harrison is a great guitar player. Paul McCartney is a great bass player. Ringo plays drums. People didn't really start paying attention to band members. And then after the Beatles, you started having bands like someone like Eric Clapton would come out and people would talk about how good his guitar playing is.
Right.
And that's why I think, a lot of people, that you'll hear the phrase Clapton is God go around. And honestly, I think that's because Clapton was the first musician to be recognized as a guitarist.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Well, all right, let me throw another name out there. George Harrison.
One of the greatest guitarists of all time.
Yeah, underrated, I think. Even though he's a Beatle, I think he's underrated.
I think just as a standalone guitarist, because everyone wants to point to the fact that he's a Beatle,
right?
That he's a great songwriter. He was a Beatle. Excuse me.
Well, I don't know that he was a great songwriter. He was a pretty good songwriter,
dude.
He was a good songwriter.
Something.
It was a good song. Yes, it's amazing.
My Sweet Lord.
I know, but
Here Comes the Sun.
Okay, I'm gonna be your typical asshole Beatle snob.
Please.
When you juxtapose it against the Lennon-McCartney catalog,
yes,
it kind of pales.
Okay.
I mean, that's just reality. I'm just throwing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because, Lennon-McCartney had to, it always had to be about their songwriting.
That's true.
They specifically made it about them and got pissy when George or Ringo proposed a song.
Yeah, and you gotta wonder how many songs did George or Ringo write and it just got thrown on the ash heap and you never heard about it.
I'm sure there are a lot of Ringo songs that did not make it through.
Yeah. But back to the original topic, great guitarist, George Harrison.
Amazing guitarist.
Yeah. Oddly enough, however, on one of the iconic guitar solos from a Beatles song, "While My Guitar Gently Weeps," not played by George Harrison,
played by Eric Clapton.
Exactly. Another little bit of trivia for you, everybody. When you're
a little bit of trivia
when you're at the bar or the pizza place, and that question comes around on the old trivia spot.com or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, let me think of a couple others, and we'll wrap this part up.
Savoy truffle, is that how you pronounce it?
Savory truffle.
There is no R. It's like
Savoy truffle. Yeah.
Written about Eric Clapton's Sweet Tooth.
Exactly. Which is it's an amazing song.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it was about that, but it is. And there's there's a lot of songs that are amazing when you find out what the creative sort of drive behind them. You're like, oh, that's I don't know if I like it as much now. You conjure up all these things in your head that you think the song is about.
Right.
And then you find out that it's about, like Martha, My Dear is about Paul McCartney's dog.
Right.
You're like, God, anyway, but that's just wait. Yeah, you got to take your inspiration anywhere you can get it. I'm assuming as a songwriter, and especially as a songwriter whose A&R people are looking for you to turn out hit after hit after hit after hit, because that's what they're used to. So can you imagine the pressure? Yeah. So yeah, well, that's a fun topic, and we're not prepared to talk about that off the cuff. We're gonna have to do a little research and some soul searching about that one. Maybe next week when we come back, we'll dedicate a portion of the show to Jack will pick 5 and I'll pick 5 of the greatest guitar solos of all time. And what we'll do is to make it even more fun, we'll pick a decade and assign that solo to that decade. 50s, maybe 50s, 60s, 70s. Well, we'll come a little 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond if you like, but primarily we'll concentrate in the 60s, 70s, 80s, maybe. So 90s.
best guitar solo of the 50s, of the 60s, of the
yeah,
that's tough.
I know. One, not 5 from each decade, just one.
I
hear
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, for a total of 5. It'd take us too long to go more than that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
That's tough.
Yeah, I like that. We'll work on that for next next week.
A little bit of filler while you think of the next thing to talk about. Faygo Grape supplying my beverage tonight.
Do you like grape soda?
I'm a big fan of grape soda.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's good stuff.
It's very good stuff. Not good for you, but very good.
And while we're plugging, hey, do you like steak, everybody?
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Oh, God, it got some in my eye, but...
you and getting stuff in your eye.
Wing
sauce, soda.
Oh, my God. Baseballs.
Yeah.
Fists.
Yeah, your eyes are disaster attractors.
I'm shocked I haven't, gone blind in any of my eyes, or well, I don't have great vision.
Yeah.
Fun fact about me, folks, I actually see a bit darker shades in this eye. Everything is a bit darker in this eye.
Well, it could be from your baseball injury.
It could be from a lot of things, Dad.
Yeah, your eyes have been subjected to some abuse.
Very much abuse.
Some through no fault of yours, and some through some carelessness of yours. You gotta watch that wing sauce. You know what I mean?
No
hey,
fault of mine.
We got a few. Well, we had a few listeners on there. They're starting to fall off now. But if
we have a like.
Yeah, we got a like. Look at that.
Hell yeah.
Thanks very much. Appreciate you. Hey, our good friends at Gen 5 Family Beef Farms, everybody. I want to give a shout out to them. That's kind of become a tradition on the show.
Absolutely.
If you're local here, the show comes to you from beautiful Middle Georgia, northern Middle Georgia.
Yeah.
And we have a local beef farmer that we have a partnership with, and they do that's misleading. We don't get paid at all to do this.
No,
this is an unpaid.
We are very much big fans of Gen 5.
We're big fans of Gen 5 Family Beef Farms. Everybody.
Family Beef Farms.
And if you're looking for fresh quality beef in these uncertain times, I've noticed it at Publix and Kroger both, and the other big grocery store chains, that meat is scarce.
You can't rely on them.
You can't rely on. Sometimes you come in, you hit it just right when the truck has arrived, and there's all kinds of stuff to choose from. Sometimes you go in and there's nothing.
Plus, you don't know who's been touching that. You don't know where it's been.
Man, it's covered in COVID and whatnot.
Oh yeah, it's all just covered in some big corporate just
nonsense
mask.
Well, thanks for that, Howard Stern. I appreciate that. Good Lord, God. So anyway, hey everybody, to solve that problem, you need to get to my good friend Mike Green down there at Gen 5 Family Beef Farms. They're available on Facebook. They got a Facebook page. It's Gen 5 Family Farms. Just pull them up. Just type it in. It'll all pop up there for you. The way you can get in touch with them, and ground beef, steaks, cut to order stuff. I mean, it's fantastic meat. It's locally sourced right here in our area. They'll deliver to you if you like. So give them a try. Pull them up on Facebook, Gen 5 Family Farms, and call Mike and order yourself up some meat from him, and you'll be glad you did.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be glad you did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Well, look, we've got a few people that have found us. I think we're having that's the problem we're having tonight. I think people are having trouble getting to us because I've had a lot of people ask about the show tonight. So normally our viewing audience runs around 25, sometimes gets up to 30 people on Facebook, and again on a good day. And again, we've jumped off of Facebook. I have vowed to stay off of Facebook because, for reasons I've stated previously, it's an echo chamber of horribleness. Basically,
toxic.
It is toxic.
It's just toxic.
It is. There's nothing redeeming about Facebook anymore. It used to be, cool for catching up with old friends and bumping into people you haven't talked to in years and years and years, and you could sort of control that. And you come across somebody that you knew, in another life. You say, hey, do I want to connect with that person or not? So it kind of empowered you to do that. But it's just gotten now where it's just out of control with the toxicity and the screaming and hollering and damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you don't say anything, you're a son of a bitch. If you do say something, you say the wrong thing. It's too much. It's just too much.
Right.
And I'm restrained from saying what I want to say because of my position, my professional employment. I can't get at it like I'd like to, for fear of, cancel culture. So, that's
cancel culture.
You're damn right.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's that's where that is. So I think there are people that just are having trouble getting to us, but it's very simple. If you're listening, you just go to you go to YouTube and you type in things my granddaddy said. Our channel will pop up.
Yes, it will. And
you just click on it. You got to subscribe, and there you are.
You don't have to subscribe, but we greatly appreciate it.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, well, I wish you would, though.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe, everybody. Isn't that what the saying is? What the kids are saying now?
Well, actually, the kids now are saying like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified about our latest uploads.
Okay.
You got to click the bell, folks.
Click the bell so you'll know when we're here.
Bell.
You don't want to miss out.
You don't want to miss it.
Because you miss a show, you miss very little. No, you miss a lot.
You miss a lot.
And again, this one was we were kind of iffy about this show because we didn't know it's a different platform for us, and we had a little trouble getting it all set up. But I like it, even though we don't have a lot of participation right now. I like it. I'm used to seeing the comments in the on the side, and we don't have any comments. If you're watching, shoot a comment if you like. Say hello. So yeah, and we're gonna sort of maybe have some more. Maybe we'll do a little pre-production work next week.
Yeah,
who knows?
This one
we'll actually have a topic.
Yeah, we'll have something to talk about. I think we've been phoning it in for pretty. I think we've been doing a good job.
Yeah. I'm just wore out, man. I'm wore out with the stuff that everybody's talking about and that I've had to talk about for the last forever. I'm maybe next week I'll have a resurgence and I'll get my second wind and I'll come on here and we'll talk about
guitars.
Yeah. Guitars and movies.
Yeah.
That's my favorite topics anyway.
It's my favorite topic.
Yeah, but I am going to let me
dim the lights.
But I am going. I'm interested in
point the flashlight at your face.
Exactly. Yeah. Dim the lights.
Get the theremin.
It's very scary. I am interested in John Bolton's new book. I've seen some excerpts from it. It looks very interesting, and I know all the Trump supporters are going to say that he's a son of a bitch and it's all lies and made up. But let's not forget that John Bolton is a genius when it comes to foreign policy. He served 4 or 5 different presidents in various capacities, all of which put him in contact with foreign policy and leaders around the world. I mean, the man has got a wealth of experience, and he's a hawk. I mean, this is a guy that it was always sort of the first to advocate use of force in various places around the world. So it's not like this guy is some milquetoast dove. But, you see in Twitter, the president's been blasting him relentlessly over some of the things that he has said in his book. But it looks interesting to me, and I want to read it, and I am going to read it. And perhaps next week or week after, I'll be able to come back and talk about that a little bit. I'm still reading a book that Jack got me a few weeks ago that I've always wanted to read. I'm in the middle of it now. It's The Guns of August. And Guns of August. It's an amazing account of sort of all the politics that precipitated World War I, all of the interplay among world leaders, and it's fascinating. It really is. And so I'm almost finished with that. So I'm trying to read more. Trying to do more of that now that I'm off Facebook. Here's an interesting statistic. Jack showed me this when I was thinking about getting off of Facebook. Jack showed me where I could look and see how much of the time that I was on my phone in a week, for example, how much of that time was spent on Facebook, not just on social media, but on Facebook.
On the Facebook app.
48% of the time my phone was lit up was on the Facebook app.
Yeah.
So that's how much time I was spending
on a weekly average.
Yeah, giving myself heartburn on Facebook. That's why I had to go.
Yeah, 48% of the time your phone was in your hand and you were using it, it was on Facebook.
Right.
48%.
Right. That's exactly that means it's only, it's barely half of the time was for other applications. So yeah, that was a frightening statistic for me.
Yeah.
So I say that to say that I've had a lot of time freed up.
Yeah.
To do other things.
That's like saying that 48% of the time you're in your own house, you're just eating lead.
Exactly.
You're just eating a block of lead.
That's exactly right. Hey, let me do this too before we start thinking about wrapping things up. We got a good friend here locally. He's a lawyer. I usually don't plug law firms and lawyers, but we talked. And
I'm shocked.
I know. Except for Mike O'Hagan.
That's true.
We always plug the O'Hagan Law Firm. If you
do we? We don't plug the O'Hagan Law Firm.
Well, I used to on the original podcast.
On the original podcast. Well,
actually Mike was a sponsor on the original podcast.
Was he now?
He was. That's right. The O'Hagan Law Firm.
Wow.
Any place, anytime, he says.
Wow.
No problem, too big or small for the O'Hagan Law Firm. Michael Hagan, everybody. Get at him. I have no information about contact him. He's on Facebook. Look him up. Mike O'Hagan. Google him. Yeah, you'll find him. If you're gambling down in Havana and take a little risk, you might need to get O'Hagan to bail you out. He's that kind of guy.
Yahoo him.
That's right. But hey, listen, if you're having troubles and you need a lawyer, even if you're not having troubles, if you're just having an issue, get at the Jody Sellers Law Firm, everybody. Sellers Law Firm. They do it all.
Sellers.
They're located in beautiful Griffin, Georgia.
Beautiful.
They do it all. They do wills, trusts, estates, business law. They'll help you if you get in trouble with the law. They're good folks down there. Hey, the Sellers Law Firm, where clients become family.
Nice.
Been wanting to say that.
Hell yeah.
So Jody Sellers, if you're listening, brother, that was for you. Hope you maybe garner a client or two off of that. Of the let's see, the now 4 people we have watching the show, including me. That's right. We're one of them over here on the sidebar here.
Oh yeah.
But we'll have the podcast usually does pretty well. So that's the podcast is established, and I've got a pretty decent fan base with that. So
once again, if you're listening to the podcast on YouTube, things my granddaddy said, they hurt to say. Because normally that's your job.
It is, yeah.
That was just
yeah.
But yeah, YouTube. Things my granddaddy said. Hopefully next week people will have the word out. Maybe the 3 people, not including ourselves, will act as little missionaries and spread the good word of the Things My Granddaddy Said podcast.
Yeah, I missed the comments. I mean, normally I give shout outs to everybody that's commenting. Of course, this is a little bit of a different format. I don't know if I'd ever see the names of the people that are commenting or not. Oh, okay. Yeah, I always like to give shout outs to people that join us and check in on the comments. And you can call us. So this is a call in show. 404-217-5076 is the number. You're welcome to call in and chit chat with us. Talk about anything that's on your mind. Just bear in mind we don't have a delay or a dump button. This is live, and I can't censor what you might call in here and say. But it's never been a problem before. We've had some fun calls in here. So yeah, that's kind of it. That's the new format here on YouTube, and we just sort of been riffing around a little bit tonight, getting used to this. Next week we may have some canned up topics to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We're going to try to continue to push and get the link out to everybody, so we can perhaps get more folks on the YouTube stream. And of course, this will rebroadcast. We can share this and play it again as much as we want.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll push that out there too. Maybe put it to your Facebook page.
Probably
put it to Instagram.
We'll do something.
Yeah.
We'll get it out.
We'll get it out there. So anyway, what else, Jack? Anything else before we get out of here?
I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of the Fago grape.
Yeah,
we're not sponsored by Fago.
Yeah.
I don't think Fago has the budget to sponsor anyone, but Fago grape.
Yeah. Maybe you should try a Fuego Red Pop.
Fago grape. Genuine, delicious, naturally and artificially flavored. Fago grape.
Everything a growing boy needs. Never been a big fan of grape soda or red soda or any colored flavored soda except for soda flavored soda.
Well, have fun in hell.
I like a Coke flavored Coke. That's pretty good.
A Coke flavored Coke?
Yeah.
Wow.
A Diet Coke flavored Coke.
A Diet Coke flavored Coke.
Yeah, sure.
A healthy flavored Coke?
Well, yeah, if there is such a thing. I don't think there is, but
I don't think there is either.
I think it's better than drinking regular Coke with all the sugar and calories.
Well, at least your body knows what to do with the stuff in regular Coke. You put a Diet Coke in your system, it's like putting heroin in there. It doesn't know what the hell to do.
I don't go that far, but yeah, I still say there's as much chemically wrong with a Coke as there was a Diet Coke. I mean, aspartame in Diet Coke it causes cancer. Not so far.
So far.
Yeah, I mean, I've been drinking them. I drink, an obscene amount of Diet Cokes a week.
What do you want, an award?
I don't know. I know. I'm just saying. So far I'm good. I don't know. What do you want from me? I don't know. I'm good.
It's definitely a competition you'd win, though. Most Diet Cokes consumed in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, nobody puts them down like I do.
No.
I know a couple of people that get close, but I don't think they're in they don't realize. They'd be horrified really if they saw how many I drink.
Yeah, I am.
I'm surprised I don't have one in front of me right now.
Me too. You're doing great. What, have you gone like 2 hours without one?
No, I had one a while ago.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. Although I am trying to drink water during lunch.
And I've been trying to drink water during work.
Yeah, you can't drink enough water, I always say.
Well,
unless you're drowning, then you can't drink too much water.
No, there actually is a point where, because here's some news for you. Here's a topic. Tom Brady. You know Tom Brady.
Right? I do, unfortunately.
Tom Brady recently got himself in some hot water for recommending you drink 13 cups of water a day, I believe is what he said.
13 cups?
13 cups
like 13
of water.
8-ounce cups or something?
13 8-ounce cups.
Because the recommendation I've always heard is 8-8-ounce cups.
13. I think it's actually more than that. Someone needs to fact check me.
Is that too much?
Well, when you're an athlete and you're working out every day during vigorous routines, you probably do need that much. But for the average person,
yeah,
you can have too much water.
Hey, speaking of salute and hot water, no pun intended.
Uh-oh.
I saw something today. I was just too lazy to click on it and research it.
That sounds like how we research.
Yeah. What's his name? Jimmy Kimmel in some hot water. Have you heard about this?
I'm not shocked.
His show's being pulled for the summer, and they're going to do just something about blackface.
Oh yeah, that did happen. Jimmy Kimmel has done blackface
recently, or like 25 years ago.
Of course.
All right, so the cancel culture is after him then.
Yes,
for something that he did 25 or 30 years ago.
Well, it's like how the cancel culture was after Robert Downey Jr. from Tropic Thunder.
Right. Just ridiculous. But hey, Jimmy Kimmel serves you right, asshole. I mean, because he's kind of a member of the cancel culture.
I'm not. I show no sympathy for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's being foisted by his own damn, enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I saw that, and I wasn't sure what was going on with that, but I assumed it was one of those deals.
Yeah, I mean, I thought people knew about this. I'm shocked this is just now getting out.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
I don't even know what context it was in or when it was done or anything. I don't think
in a good context. Unlike Robert Downey Jr., where it was in like a satirical
like movie.
Right.
Yeah, he was like at a play or not a play, but
it was like a commercial or something like that, or like a bit back when he did stuff on. He was on some other late night show, wasn't he?
Well, he was on the Man Show.